Hi there, I'm Anna Delido, researcher at the Open University. I work with Simon Buckingham-Schum and Michelle Bachler at the design and development of a socio-technical infrastructure to develop collective intelligence around OERs. In the following of this video, I will walk you through the design storyboard of the collective intelligence socio-technical infrastructure for OERs. This is what the collective intelligence OER page will look like. It will be divided in three parts. The central part shows the OER profile with general information about that OER. The left part is what we call the audience widget, and it gives the social angle around the OER you are looking at. This widget, in other terms, reveals who is behind this OER and how he or she interacted with it by using, commenting, rating, connecting, or suggesting it. With the same audience widget, users will be also able to look at the social network around this OER. The social network gives an holistic view of the relationship between the people that have been interacting with this OER. As a user, you can also decide to add yourselves to the social network around this OER and follow the network. The relationship between the peoples within the social network will be measured in different ways. In example, by measuring how many similar resources the two people have explored, how many issues and comments they have done are about the same or similar topics, and how many times they have engaged in a discussion together or with the same group. A second view offered by the audience widget is the connection network view. The connection network shows connections between people-generated content around the OER. Since we enable people to tag, rate, comment, annotate, or tell an experience or a story, or start a topic of discussion, then we enable them to create semantic connection between these data. And all these connection and data will be represented as a network graph and visualized in this area of the audience widget. When we move to the backstage widget, we start looking at the inside knowledge and the domain knowledge of the OER we are looking at. So the backstage widgets tell the user about the inside knowledge. It is about the contribution, the novelty, the problems and the challenges, and the design and methods and patterns eventually used in this OER. The contribution that the user can give to the backstage widget are divided in three categories then: contribution, problem and challenges, and design methods. People, both the author of the OER or other user, can add contribution to these categories mainly in two ways, either by adding a new comment or by commenting other people's ideas. Moreover, users can also make semantic connection between this content, and this connection will be therefore shown in the connection network in the audience widget. The OER recommendation widget offers OER recommendations. It suggests then OERs that may be relevant to these OERs we are looking at. So OERs to which other people have connected to, or OERs tackling similar topics, in example. In this image, we have shown in example how OER's recommendation can be filled in from other OER providers like OER Commons. In the future, we also aims to integrate different OER providers' data. Finally, the annotate function enables users to collaboratively annotate the OER they are looking at. With this function, users can actually download or access directly the OER they are looking at and they will be able then to annotate it in the sidebar of their browsers. User then can start underlining the OER and create clips from the text of the OER itself. Then they can add reflection and annotation to these clips. The annotation can be collaboratively, so as we can see in this image, different people can add their reflection at the sidebar and will be able to see what are the annotation other people are creating. Annotation can then be related to each other in a meaningful way. So users, after they created their reflection, they start connecting them with semantic relationship, moving toward the point of making knowledge maps about the OER content. We have shown how collective intelligence can be gathered through the OLnet site. Now, how do we crowdsource input from the wider OER community? Our answer is CI OER embeddable widgets. In example, within the foundation site, we can think to add the audience widget, which will provide actually a view of the collective thinking around the OLnet Foundation project. The audience widgets will be the place where people interested in the OLnet Foundation activities can leave general comments or, as we said, add entire experience and stories about their work with the OLnet Foundation. Moreover, the audience widget will have also the possibility to show other people the social network around the OLnet Foundation, so the social network of all the people involved or interested to the project that the OLnet funds. Users can also decide to follow this social network and to add this to this network. In the same way, the collective intelligence audience widget, will enable users to directly annotate and comment on all OLnet Foundation sites and create clips on data and text on these different web pages and create annotation and connection between these annotations. The network of comments and posts and left on the OLnet Foundation sites can be viewed and explored in the connection network within the audience widget. At the same time, for other OER providers of other OER projects, we can think to add a similar audience widget, which will provide actually the people thinking around the project itself. Specifically for OER providers that actually has, as in the case of OER Common, a OER profile page, we can also think to enrich the page with all the collective intelligence widgets. So the audience widget, the backstage widget, and the recommendation widgets as described in the case of the OLnet site. Development on the Cohere Collective Intelligence project can be followed at the OLnet site at olnet.org/node/102. Try Cohere at cohere.open.ac.uk and visit the OLnet project at olnet.org. Thanks for your attention.